oasis in the desert. Seeds of hope, buried beneath the sands. Nomads, wanderers, travelers. Their journey comes to an end. The first to be claimed by the deep. The first to fall victim to the witness.
So you heard all of that, huh? Hard to believe, but it's not just noise. I can understand bits and pieces of it through Asa. Xivu Arath's thirst for battle, the Witness's cold rage, the Taken's enmity. It's all in there. I started hearing it when my arm got this new paint job, but it hasn't sounded that real since. Doesn't matter. I've been through it before, and I can get through it again. Asa has vital information about the Witness. I'll do whatever it takes so she can deliver it. That's the mission, and I always complete the mission. Asa and I both need to recover before we boost our connection again. Until then, continue helping Drifter upgrade his technology. I hate to admit it, but his plan seems like it might actually work.
And that's it? It just works?
It's not a scam, if that's what you're asking. Ain't gonna make you put in some glimmer and pull a lever. See, the way I look at it, this has always been the plan. Playing the game, Gambit, the machine. The Nine taking the long view.
You think the Nine were telling you to run Gambit for this? That they saw everything coming and that's how they choose to prepare us?
Don't know, boss. Maybe they see the future. Maybe they're just a few floors above and can see further down the road than we can. Maybe we're all just squinting at specks, looking for meaning. What I'm saying is, it works. It'll get us what we need, and maybe, if we're lucky, get Sloane what she needs too.
And what is that?
A win.
Your efforts are paying off, young wolf. It's time for another dive, and another haul of coral for the deputy commander. Assuming, of course, that you can prevent the deep from drowning you like a rat. Not that I'm worried about your capacity to do so, especially when Sloane's fighting by your side. She's always been one to shoulder a burden so that others need not. That's something I understand all too well. After the Iron Lords fell, I alone remained to keep the torches lit, to hold the banner high, and honor those who died in the line of duty. It was a lonely path, one I walked for centuries without complaint. Now, a legion of my former enemies walks beside me. I had forgotten what such camaraderie could be like, and I suspect the same holds true for Sloane. Keep that in mind when the two of you are in the depths. There's no weapon more powerful than the soldier standing next to you.
Oh, hey there, Valis. Germain. Or is it Dredgen Hope? You know it's Drifter these days. Has been for a long time. I was just speaking with the deputy commander. She's ready for you. How's she holding up? Sloane is a soldier, and that role has given her purpose. Hope. But she has been through a great ordeal. Her own personal dark age. Yeah. That's a bad hand to be dealt. Maybe this can wait. Unless you want to tip one back. Talk about the bad old days. What is that? Motor oil? Battery acid.
Only one way to find out.
You and I are among the oldest of our kind. Centuries we've orbited each other. Why now?
Why not?
Maybe another time.
I think Kaido's actually mellowed that old wolf out a bit.
Shrouded in darkness. A promise of something more. Two halves of a whole, long divided. A schism between them. Reunited. A glimpse beyond. To the beginning.
The plan's working. It's getting easier for me to parse Asa's thoughts, like a picture coming into focus. Other things are a little harder for me to wrap my head around. When I first heard of Saladin's Iron War Beasts, I didn't know what to think. We lost a lot of people in the Red War. The Empire took so much away from us, and now Saladin commands an Imperial Legion? They're the reason we had to fall back and regroup on Titan. Why I had to send fire teams down into the Arcology, never to return. Those Guardians died under my orders. They paid for our foothold in blood. When the pyramids arrived, there was no way in hell I'd give it all up without a fight. This is nothing compared to what others sacrificed. Completing the mission is how I honor them. Just like Saladin honors the Iron Lords, no matter who he leads into battle against our enemies. Stay the course, Guardian. Once Asa and I are ready again, it's back into the depths for us.
What's the word, brother? All this Golden Age tech is impressive stuff. Almost makes you wonder how they lost back then, you dig? About that, if we're looking to win this time, I need Savathun's swamp to wash up a few finishing touches for my rig. Cracking skulls and looting halls is your bag, hero. That's why you're headed to her throne world. That pyramid Savvy brought down, it's cut off from the Witness. Scorned bigwigs been digging tech we can use out of that burning heap. All you have to do is find 'em and take it. Then you let old Drifter worry about the kit bashing. Easy. Hey, one more thing. Xivu dripping nonsense in your head, too? She's been recounting some of my more heroic exploits. Dark Age's been on my mind. You know how the past is. You pull the trigger and people die, so you don't have to. Then, someone comes along and wants to forgive you for that. Like it's fine. Won't ask what Xivu's dredging up for a killer like you. Wouldn't be polite. Thundergun's down there, though. Been under pressure so long, everybody's looking for cracks. Don't get me wrong, coin to table, she's been through it. But I don't think Sloane's looking to be told it's fine. 'Cause it ain't. 'Cause it needs to be ugly to win. And then, you live with it. See you on the other side.
The This is awful.
Sure is. You ever been outside of Seoul?
Never had a reason to.
Can't say I recommend it. Saw some stuff while I was out there. Bad stuff. A world colder than you can imagine. Creatures that suppressed the light. My crew... Let's just say we wore out our welcome. Creatures started closing in. Trigger fingers got itchy. Some of us froze to death. A lightless, final death. The others... they didn't go so quiet. Not until I shut them up. Not sure how long I stayed after that. Had to mod my ghost to survive. Used the parts from... I did what it took to get off-world. And now I'm here.
I'm no stranger to combat, but... how did you leave it all behind?
I didn't. Some things you carry with you forever. But eventually, they stop feeling too heavy to lift.
Thanks for the drink, Drifter.
Anytime, Sloan.
Anathema. Calamity. That which cannot, must not come to pass. A wordless denial. A fleeing God. Betrayal. And escape. The pursuit for the final shape.
We're almost there. My link with Asa feels crystal clear. It's a little frightening, but strangely comforting, too. A lot changed while I was gone. It feels like the entire universe moved on without me, and now I'm struggling to catch up. Old enemies became new allies. New enemies wield the light against us. And old allies... friends, like Amanda. Sometimes I wonder, if I returned to the tower, would it even be my home anymore? Or would I just be a phantom? A forgotten memory wandering its streets at night? Xivu Arath's voice keeps telling me I don't belong there. That the battlefield is my home. That it always has been. Maybe she's right. Maybe reliving what I went through over and over again is a way for me to stay in familiar territory. To remain in the hell that I know. And avoid the one I dread. Either way, the mission comes first. I have to see it through to the end, regardless of where I end up when it's done.
Our minds are one, linked by the darkness. But only for a moment. I must borrow Sloane's voice to speak my words. Please, heed them well. Before you can confront the witness, you must understand it. The witness's first victims were once like you, struggling for survival, bolstered by hope, until their hopes became reality. They called it the Gardener, their deity of life. It ushered them into a golden age. For eons they prospered. But their newfound god never spoke to them. It lavished them with gifts, but not with guidance. And though they lived in paradise, they came to crave a greater purpose. They desired meaning, structure, a winnower, to shape the garden. Their scholars discovered that the Gardener shared a connection with another entity among the stars. They called it the Veil, and when they found it, they arrived to claim it. They already knew much about the light, how it could bend the laws of the universe and create life. But they came to realize that it could bring ruin just as easily. The cosmic events it set in motion could wipe out entire civilizations in a heartbeat, without reason. And so they saw the light, not as a source of prosperity, but of unfettered chaos. By studying the Veil, they came to know the darkness. A power that was shaped by thought and consciousness. And in the darkness, they found the means to carve away the chaos of existence, to calcify it into a final shape. Eternal and perfected. They brought the Veil back to the Gardener in an attempt to strengthen their connection. There, they could reshape reality itself. The Gardener would not allow it. And so it fled their world. But they would not be deterred. Having witnessed the truth in the darkness, they used its binding power to merge themselves into the salvation they craved. Thus began the Witness's pursuit, its campaign to impose meaning on a meaningless universe. One that is nearly at its end.
Well, now we've heard what Asa had to tell us. We know our enemy better than ever. To think that it all started with the need for purpose. How that need became an obsession. What bothers me most is how much I understand it. This mission, it's my purpose, my reason for being, my guiding light. Without it, I'm lost. I don't know who I am or what I'm supposed to do. And that lack of direction, it's harder to face than 1,000 battles. I felt the same about my previous mission when I held the line on Titan. And if I'm being honest, it feels like I failed. I survived, but for what reason? What was it all meant to achieve? The only answer I've found is to learn what Asa knows. If I can do that, it will all have been worth it. Our link ended before Asa could explain how to get through the portal. The bond took its toll. But we'll both be ready again soon. When that time has come and gone, then I can feel like I accomplished the mission.
Change of plans. Xivu Arath struck while you were returning from the dive. Hive deception slipped through our guard, and Asa was targeted by a Hive ritual. Xivu Arath's voice tore through the air like a wall of swords. We think it wounded Asa, but she swam off to try and interrupt the ritual before we could do anything. Zavala and Sloan are tracking her to the ritual site, and I am mobilizing the Iron War beasts to support them. We need you in the fight, Guardian. I'm sending coordinates to your ghost, but we have no idea what to expect there. Deploy to the ritual site and disrupt the Hive. The hunt is on. Commander, we've picked up Asa's trail deep below Kraken Mar, behind Xivu Arath's battle lines.
Understood. The Deputy Commander, Saint, and I will set up a perimeter to draw the Hive's attention. Then the Guardian can break through unscathed.
The Iron War beasts prepare to support our assault. Say the word.
Keep them in reserve until the Guardian has eyes on Asa.
Daylight's burning, and she's in pain. I can feel it.
I'll find you on the field, Sloan. Hit your marks, and we'll get this done. Move out.
Fire team, check in. I've reached my position on the left flank. I've encountered a ritual.
I'm setting up on the right. Looks like a smaller ritual site here, too.
Pushing toward the commander's position now.
My drop pod is deployed to your location, Sloan. Drifter, you're on tack.
Well, all right. Taking energy, spiking up ahead of you, hero.
That must be Asa. Ah! My arm! Whatever they're doing, it's getting worse. If we're gonna do something about it, now's the time!
Guardian, start pushing forward. As soon as Saladin's pod hits ground, we launch our diversion.
Pod grounded. I'm in position.
Guardians, strike!
hold the left flank! It is working! We draw them off the Guardians.
Enemy reinforcements flooding the right flank. We're holding.
This line doesn't fall back.
Okay, Hotshot. It's all you now. Found the long girl. Guardian's almost there. Dropping a ping to the fire team.
Taking fire! Repositioning!
I've got you.
They are overrunning our position! Zavala! Drop forwards and focus fire on their ritualists! No one gets past us!
Wait. These rituals... They're trying to take Asa!
That's a whole lot of magic. And I bet those wizards are holding the reins. Get in there and start breaking things. Every wizard you put in the dirt makes a dent. Plug away, hero.
Asa just got a second wind, Guardian. Whatever you're doing, keep it up.
Beasts, deploy. You will take that position.
Clever, warrior of the sky.
Hold on, Asa! We're coming!
The coward flesh must be taken.
one. Long Girl should be home free.
Excellent work, Guardian. Fire team, check in.
Down to a sword, but Hive and Taken forces routed.
They will not run far. So many Titans. We encircle them like impenetrable walls. Ha!
Clear your zones, and fall back to defensive positions around Asa as she swims back to the arcology.
Consider it done. War beasts, you fought well. Extra rations for all.
What's Asa's status?
I've got an eye on her, and I'm shipping a transmat beacon your way. Hold on to your boots.
Zivorath's forces are in full retreat.
Good. Time to complete the mission.
Our dance will never end. I am war. You carry my banner. Cling to me like hope. What are you without me? Sink into my embrace. Drown in the deep. Fight forever.
Stand down, Deputy. Sometimes the battle is stepping away from the battle. We're with you all the way.
The true path lies obscured, but she knows the way. She who hides truth in deception. The Witch Queen must rise.
We're lying on Savathun. This is what it's come to.
Tell me you're not serious.
I am. Asa has given us a way to follow the witness.
This cannot be the only way.
Everyone in this room understands the risks. But we finally have a path forward. We can't wait for another.
The Empress won't take kindly to this news.
You stand on her counsel. Convince her.
I cannot watch the Witch Queen rise again, Zavala. To scheme against us. To steal another face? No!
She won't be given the opportunity. Eris and Ikora will keep the situation under our control.
Imaru isn't one to be baited into a trap.
Not a trap. A bargain. We're all against the witness. Savathun's ghost has no choice but to cooperate.
I'll convey your decision and assurances to the Empress. Commander, Guardians.
We tried to control the Witch Queen before. I saw how that ended, Zavala. It is a treacherous path. When she strays, as I know she will, even one claw.
My fist will be right behind yours.
I hope I am wrong. But right now, I cannot see how. Osiris will hear of this. I imagine he will have words too.
There's a long night ahead of us. Let's be the beacons others need to follow. At least until we make it through this.
We did it, Guardian. Cut a swath through the Taken and got the intel we needed. The mission is complete. I've waited a long time to say those words. And I used to dread the moment that comes after. But not anymore. I thought I needed the mission to draw my focus, to drown out all the noise. All of this. But not focusing on it doesn't mean it isn't there. It's a part of me now. I'll carry it with me wherever I go. And that's okay. I'm strong enough to shoulder that weight, especially if I don't have to do it alone. Asa's in hibernation now. All that strain on our psychic link has worn her out. Poor girl's earned some time to rest. She won't be alone, either. I'll camp out on Titan and watch over her. Just like she watched over me. That's not to say I'll never return to the tower. When I do, I know there'll be a place for me, and people to welcome me home. Take care, Guardian. And watch your back when you dig up Savathun. If you ever need to punch her lights out, you know where to find me.